Hello guys, so this video is going to be a very important video for your website speed optimization. If you are struggling to optimize your website, and especially if you're having problem with LCP, which is Largest Contentful Paint, because Google made some changes in Pagespeed inside, and now a lot of websites are facing this issue of LCP. And honestly, you can see on my website it's going 23, and when I scroll you can see here LCP is 10,500 ms. You can see, and there's a issue here, this part of the website you can see, which is causing LCP, and it is loading in 10,500 ms. So in this video we're going to talk about how to solve LCP, and also I will give a lot of important tips and tricks how you can improve your website speed. This video is especially important for those people who are having issues on their website and they're not able to improve their website speed. They tried everything, they tried different plugins, but they're not able to improve their website speed. Also, some concept I'm going to talk in this video, they're applicable to every kind of website, not just WordPress website, but any kind of website. So make sure you watch this video until the end. This is going to be like one take video. I'm not going to do a lot of edit on this video, but I'm going to drop a lot of information about the process, how we optimize the websites, and how you should also analyze your website, identify the issues, and solve the issues which are making your website slower, and get the good scores for Google Pagespeed inside. So you can see here, this is a Pagespeed tool. I tested my website, it was going 23, and we are having issue with LCP. So this is the biggest issue. So what is LCP? So you can see this is my website. When I open this website, this is the first viewport of the website. So it's on desktop right now. So this is the first viewport for desktop devices. And here you can see this is the mobile view of my website. So this is the first viewport of the mobile devices. So basically, viewport means when you load a website on first screen, whatever the part is visible is called viewport. This is for the mobile devices and this is for the desktop devices. And problem with LCP, it's gonna be happen mostly in mobile devices. For desktop devices, you will not have big issues with LCP. For example, here you can see 10,500 ms for mobile devices. If I go to desktop, you can see it's only 2,630 ms. So it's gonna be a big issue for mobile devices. So LCP is the largest contentful paint on your first viewport. So you can see this big image, and this whole section is the largest section on first viewport. So this section is gonna define the LCP for my website. And if you go to mobile devices, you can see, I click on this image, you can see this first portion is defining the LCP of my website. So for every website it's gonna be different, but yes, mostly it's gonna be a banner image on your homepage or some big section on your homepage which is gonna define the LCP. There's a whole documentation about LCP. I'm gonna add the link in description. If you want to check, you can check that link. But you do not need to, because I'm going to explain everything about LCP in this video. Okay, so you can see this is loading really late. Honestly, it is my rant about Google also, because sometimes Google made things really challenging for us guys. For developers, we need to work a lot on these kind of things, because I think these reports are not completely accurate. Because you can see it's saying 10,500 ms, which is like almost 10.5 seconds of loading of this image. It is not like this. I tried to load my website. I'm going to show you on screen right now. You can see a website on the first load. You can see it's private browsing. It's not taking 10,500 ms just to load this part. So it is unrealistic. Honestly, this is my rant about Google. They try to create new standards, but they're not completely accurate, because they optimize so many websites. I think hundreds and hundreds of websites optimized in last many years. And a lot of time I think Google reports are not accurate, and sometimes they make a lot of problem for us, and things are not very clear. For example, you can see here, it is saying this section is loading in 10,500 milliseconds, which is not at all true. But still, we have to work with Google, because Google is really doing a good job defining the user experience for websites, and it's good for us also that we can follow these guidelines and try to create a website better for our user experience. So that's a good thing about Google Pagespeed Insight Report. But still, I recommend you, if somebody is watching this video at Google, that honestly guys, you made everything so complicated. You change things all the time, and every time you change the thing, it is not completely defined what you want from us. As we're gonna move in the video, you're gonna understand that why I'm saying all these things, because I try to take some steps and things always change. Okay, so let's see how we can optimize this thing. And also, I'm giving a lot of advice about overall optimization of your website too. So please make sure you watch this video until the end. There's a lot of good information in this video. So now, what we need to do is we need to optimize this section. So what we can do, we can see our website, this is my website, and how I can optimize this thing. So right now what is happening, if I open this page in editor, and it is Elementor. Usually if you're using Gutenberg, you're not going to have so much issues, but we are using Elementor. Elementor is a little bit heavy page builder, and it creates a lot of problem for websites and also for Google. So if you're using Elementor, and I know most of you will be using Elementor, it is the most popular page builder on WordPress. I read there are around 810 million websites on WordPress. Around 46% of the website on internet, they're made by WordPress. and big number of those websites are using Elementor. So if you are using block editor or Gutenberg page builder, there are chances you will not have so bad issues with your website speed. But if you're using Elementor page builder, you will have such issues. So let's go back here in editor. And also don't think this video is just for WordPress. The basic concept, if you watch this video, you can apply to any kind of website, because this is more about refine the user experience and pass Google Pagespeed score guidelines. So you can see this for desktop. So if you know, in Elementor we have a special mode which is called responsive mode. We're going to turn responsive mode on from here. Click on this icon, and then from here we're going to click on this mobile portrait. So now we are into mobile mode, and it is also important because we can define different kind of rules, CSS rules, different images and sections for mobile and desktop devices. So this is really important. We go to mobile mode. Okay, so you can see this is a big image here, and we need to optimize this image because Google is saying, okay, this is not optimized, taking a lot of time to load. So what we can do? So you can see there's a background image here. So what I did first, I just changed the image size because this image was really big. So what I did, if you click here, I cannot see the icons properly here. I have some JavaScript issue on my website, but you can see some dots here. So you can click here and the section is selected. Or what else you can do, best thing, you can click here on navigator, and the right side the navigator will open. And if you click here on section, you can see how this section is created. So we have first section, which is this big one. Then we have column, this big column, and this image is the background image for the big section. And then we have this heading, then text editor, and then button. So we're going to select this section, and then we go to style. You can see in the background the image selected. And what I did right now, just instead of full, which was the old image, this one, I selected medium size image, which is not going to be very clear image, but what else you can do, you can choose a different image for mobile devices. For example, you do not need a big size image which you are using on desktop devices. You can upload a small image which can be used on mobile devices, like I did here. And then you select this image here. Okay, so what we did here, we made this section a little bit lighter. Instead of loading big image, now we are loading small image here. Second thing you need to check for LCP, you need to go to advanced and then go to motion effects and make sure that no animation are selected here, because what will happen when you apply the motion effects or any animation to this LCP section, or you can see the first load section in the first viewport, become complicated. So make sure you haven't selected any animation here. Yeah, I know animation looks really cool, but for mobile devices, and if you want to please Google, please get rid of those things, especially on your first viewport. So when I've chosen the medium thumbnail here, so image is already lighter. So when I went back and tested my site again, you can see here now the LCP is 8160 ms. You can see the image smaller. If I click on this image, the background image is a little blurry, but still the image is lighter. So that's why our LCP is a little bit improved. But that is not a complete solution. And then I thought, okay, image is the problem. It is loading very late. So what we can do, I try to delete this image from here. You can see that by default this image there because it is selected on desktop mode. So just for experiment, I click here and then I select desktop, and I remove the image completely from here. So you can see there is no image here. Now when testing my site again, scores are much better, 46 now from 23. But LCP is again 9150 ms. What happened? We are having better LCP here, 8160, and now it is 9150. What happened? This is my rant with Google. Okay, you define things and your test doesn't follow those things. So now you can see now our LCP element is changed on the website. You can see now this complete big section of website is defined the LCP. If I go to website, you can see this section from here to here, all this section is defining the LCP on the website, which is not at all true, because Google says the largest content on the first viewport define the LCP of the website. Let me show you in mobile device. So now this whole section, this one, this whole section here until here is defining the LCP. But if you go here, you can see it is completely disregarding this top section. You can see here on the top as LCP and is taking this one as LCP. So this is not a solution. You can make the things lighter, but this is not Google want. So what I needed to do, I need to add back the image. So I'll add back the image. Let's go back to responsive mode, and then I'll choose a image which is lighter image. So I selected this image, and make sure do not use the big image, use the thumbnail image or a optimized version of your image which loads lighter on your website. But as you can see, this is not the optimized way to do things, and we'll still have issue with the LCP. So I tried an alternate technique. This is really important, guys. Please listen this carefully and focus on this one. So what is happening here? I tested a lot of times. So when you add a background image, it loads slowly. I don't know what is happening in Google Pagespeed test, but whenever you add a background image, Google does not take it nicely. Instead, what you can do, you need to rearrange this whole section. So what you can do, right click here and then duplicate. Or what you can do, this section, we duplicate this section. You can see now we have this same section here which is duplicated, same section 2 times. So what we're going to do, we're going to use first section for mobile devices and second section only for desktop devices. It's gonna improve the page code, but yes, don't worry about it, it's not so bad because the whole section will be disabled on desktop or on mobile devices, depend which one you use. So we have this first section, we're going to use on mobile, and this section we're going to use on desktop devices. So what we can do, so because we're going to use this on mobile devices, so we click here, and then we go to advanced, and then we go here responsive, and we scroll, we're going to hide this on tablet and desktop. So this section will only be displayed on mobile devices, and then we will optimize it different way. And just to be safe, this section from here, we'll go back to advanced, and then we go to responsive, and we're gonna hide this on mobile portrait. So this section will be properly displayed on desktop and tablet devices. So now we have this only section which is displaying on the mobile devices. Okay, so here's the background image, how we can solve it. So what we need to do is now is we select the section here, and then we go to style, and we're gonna delete this image from here. We're not gonna need the background image, and then we'll change it to desktop, and then from here also we will delete this image. Don't worry about it because this section will be displayed only on mobile devices. Again, we'll go to responsive mode here, and then choose mobile from here. Okay, you can see here, now we have this thing, but we still need an image. Otherwise, Google gonna make this section as LCP. So what we can do? So we select this section, and then we click on this dots here, and then we're gonna add an image just on top of this heading. So you can see image is added on the top of heading. And now this image, we're gonna select the image. Either you can upload the image or you can choose the image which you want to display on your first viewport. I've selected this image. And one more thing, you can see the image is not properly aligned. There's some gap, there's some padding on the left and right side. So we can select this section, and then we go to advanced, and then I'm going to delete the right and left padding. So now image is full screen, and you can see there's some padding on the top. In your case, if you don't have padding, so you can just leave it like that, it will be 0. So now image is completely here. Now you see the heading and everything is down here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna select this heading here, then we go to advanced, and then we're gonna unlink the values here, and then we're gonna make it minus, and we're gonna move this heading on the top. This is not the right way, guys, to do things. I know this is completely wrong way to do, but we have no other option because Google make things very complicated, and we need to find a trick how we can get a perfect Pagespeed scores. Honestly, in my advice, if you don't worry too much about scores, because the main thing on your website is the content, which is the most important thing. But still, if you're getting like 80-90 scores and you have LCP issues, don't do all these things. But if you want to make things work, you want to have good scores, try this thing. It's not the best way, it is not the neat method to achieve good scores. But yes, we have no other option because Google make everything so complicated. So we can move this like this. Same way, we can move everything. This text editor here, we go to advanced, and then unlink margins, and top margin, we're gonna make it in minus and move everything until it looks like how we want it to display. I'm going to do the same thing with button also. Go to advanced, and then unlink margins and minus 200. Okay, things looking much better now. Then you can see the extra section here. So I'll select this section back again, and you can see I have a bottom margin of 80 pixel. I'm going to remove it. And then bottom also, I'm going to make it minus until the next section overlap this section. Okay, looks much better. And then I will update this. So now when I test the site again, you can see I'm scoring 61 now. You can see CL is much good, LCP is getting much better. If you go back down here, you can see LCP is now 5250, which was before 8160, and now it is 5250 ms, which is much better. I hope it's not very complicated, guys. I create a lot of simple videos also on speed improvement, so I'll highly suggest you to watch those videos also, so you get global idea about site optimization. And also it is good to improve your knowledge and to learn more technical things, because if you have a website, you run a website, it is really good to invest some time to understand things, to learn things. So now we are in 5250 ms of LCP, and you can see I'm scoring 61. When I refresh the page, we are scoring 54 now. So Google is very weird how they test things. Okay, I understand they have some standards. You can see the slow 4G throttling, where the test is emulated, yeah, everything, how it is happening. But it can change depending on the server, how many people on your website, how much load is on the server, how the website is working, how optimized it is. A lot of things are happening there. So scores can change a little bit. Now you can see we still have good scores, but now what's happening, you can see the load time is 2% and render delay is 14%. That is only for this image, which is much improved. Before it was, you can see load time 920 ms and render delay was 100 ms. Don't look percentage here because this is the percentage of this total score. But here you can have the idea 920 ms and 100 ms. And now it is 100 ms and 740 ms. Overall, it is very weird how everything is happening, doesn't make any sense. But still, we need to find the solution how we can get high scores. So what's happening is we have this issue here. Right now, the issue is TTFB and load delay. What is happening, this section is loading much delayed. If I show you my website, you can see the menu here on the top. And if I go to source code, all these CSS and JS files are loading before the LCP is loading on the site. So what we can do to solve this thing? So what we can do, we will go to plugins and we'll install any cache plugin on the website, which will make things lighter. So I install very simple plugin, W Fastest Cache, which is a cache plugin. I have a complete video on this plugin on my channel. If you want, you can watch this video. But it's a fairly simple plugin. I will not show you how to add this plugin. You can just go to plugins, click on add new, and then search for W Fastest Cache. You will find this plugin and then install this plugin. Once you are there, click on cache system, reload, minify HTML, gzip, browser caching, disable emoji. That's it. That's all you need to do. We're not going to touch CSS, JS option because this plugin is really simple and it is not handling very well JS and CSS optimization. If you really want a good plugin, you can use Lightspeed Cache plugin or WP Rocket. I created a complete video on those plugins and they work really well for JS and CSS optimization too. But for now, we're just going to install this plugin. And also it's a nice way so you can understand how things are working on your website, because sometimes you install a plugin like Lightspeed Cache or WP Rocket and your scores are like 90 plus, 95 plus, but sometimes your website break. So it is a good chance for you to understand things, how optimization work. So when I activate this plugin, now we have cache on the website and then you can see we are scoring 61. Before we got 61 also, but now it is all 61. And you can see our LCP is 5420. Not very much improved, but there's still issue of eliminate render blocking resources. So caching didn't work very properly, but trust me, it's gonna make your website faster in real life. So now we're gonna look at this issue, eliminate render blocking resources. You can see a lot of CSS file and JavaScript file are here, which is blocking the website first viewport or largest contentful paint also. It is applicable to a lot of things on Pagespeed inside. When you apply these things, your FCP, LCP, total blocking time, everything gonna improve. Your CLS, everything gonna improve. So now we need another plugin, which is Auto Optimize. So install Auto Optimize plugin, and what I did, I optimized JavaScript code, do not aggregate but differ, and so differ inline JS. Then optimize CSS code, aggregate CS files, also aggregate inline CS. Just to try, I use this option inline all CSS. Not the best option. If you're a lightweight website, it can work really fine. But if you use this option, sometimes it can make things worse. So try this thing. Otherwise, what you can do, you can uncheck this option also and leave everything like that. And then click on save changes and empty cache. Okay, so now what we did, now we are loading the CSS files and JavaScript files in non-blocking way, all these files. So let me show you what the scores after applying the Auto Optimize plugin. You can see now our LCP now decreased to 3920 ms, which was before 5440 ms. And you can see eliminate render blocking is also solved. It is only now 340 ms. Before it was here 2420. So what happened? Because we solved this issue, so our LCP is also improved. Images are loading much faster. An overall score improved to 65. And their scores are really weird. They change time to time. So when I retested the website, it's scoring 69 right now here. Then I tested again, it's scoring 74. Then I tested the website again. You can see it's scoring 68. And eliminate render blocking resources is much better now, because what happened, the cache takes some time to be created. When we use this plugin, cache plugins and Auto Optimize, they take some time to create the cache of the website JavaScript and CSS files, but things are getting much better. One best thing what you can do, you can open your website in a new browser, because in Mozilla Firefox, I'm logged in into admin panel. You need to open the test in a new browser. So you can see we're scoring now 65. Not the best score, but still we improved a lot. And you can see render blocking is also improved, because it takes some time to create the cache. So when you optimize the website, please be patient. Don't make in hurry that, okay, scores are not improving. Take some time, clear the cache. When you make any change in your website, go to your backend and then clear the cache of the Auto Optimize and also delete cache from your caching plugin. So things are much improved. And this is another thing, if you want to test it, you need to open your website in Chrome browser and then right click here and then in the end choose inspect. And then click here on Lighthouse. because Google Pagespeed Insight scores are based on light speed. You can run that test from here. They have the same result as Pagespeed Insight, but this will not be cached and it will be much faster. So from here, choose mobile or desktop which score you want. Most of you will have issues with mobile scores, so choose mobile and then click on Analyze Page Load. It's going to take some time, and you can see we're scoring now 86 for mobile performance. I'm going to adjust this so you can see it much better. And LCP is 3630, but we have some issue with serve images in next-gen format. For that, what you can do, you can use WebP Express plugin and then install the plugin. I created a complete video. I'll add the link in the description how you can use this plugin. Because I'm going to explain everything in a simple video, this is going to be too complicated. When you click on bulk convert, you will read how many files are there to convert it. And then you click on start conversion. And all the images will be optimized. So what will happen? This LCP is getting worse and the speed is less because we still have images which are not optimized, which are not WebP, they're PNG and JPG images. So what will happen? We'll solve this issue. Images will be much lighter. When they will be much lighter, your LCP will improve. You will have much better LCP scores. You can see we're scoring 86, and I'm sure when you use WebP images, you will have much better scores and LCP will totally improve. And guys, this is really important. Sometime what can happen, you can use a plugin like Lightspeed Cache or WRocket Cache plugin. Then they're so good plugins, so you do not need to take all the worry about LCP, FCP, CLS on your website. These plugins can take care of everything for you. So I created a complete video about Lightspeed Cache plugin. So make sure to check the video. I'll add the link in the description and let me know what worked for you. Did Lightspeed Cache plugin work for you nice and you do not need to solve LCP, or you follow this video and you are able to solve LCP. I hope you understand this in-depth video about LCP and you get some knowledge from this video. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and share this video with somebody, with your friends if you want to share this knowledge with them too. And check this video screen. I added both the videos of Lightspeed Cache plugin and WRocket plugin, how you can optimize your website, because nobody likes to work too much on the website. But if you're a developer, you want to improve knowledge, this was my video. Let me know, did you like it or not? Please comment on the video. I reply to all the comments on my channel. And let me know anything if you have suggestion for my channel. I really appreciate that. I want to know what you guys want to watch more, what kind of videos should I cover. Thank you so much. See you in another video.